Well, depending upon the industry, of course, but I would say goofing off would be maybe meeting at a centralized location, having 2 or 3 vehicles, meeting at either a restaurant or maybe leaving a vehicle on a specific street and someone comes and picks those people up to go somewhere else to another location. I would say those are 2 of the major ones I've heard of in my past 9 years doing this. Typically, without GPS, probably have a foreman or a manager go and follow those specific trucks. I mean, obviously, that's paying a guy a lot of money when he could be managing other jobs or even going and finding other work for other drivers to do. But really, it's just a matter of keeping a tab on them manually, because phone calls, you can tell them wherever you want to be. You know, you don't have to necessarily tell. I could be on the other end of the phone telling you I'm somewhere and I'm really at another location. Well, GPS for one, I mean, in conjunction to say maybe with a tablet or a Garmin, sending somebody to a specific job, you could actually, you know, put a timestamp, put a location onto where that person is at that specific time, how long he was there, maybe monitoring a door, when they open the door, when they shut it, so you know that they're actually getting out and doing work. I guess the other way you could do it is that they have to log in and out of the vehicle. Whenever they get in and out, you can use a key fob to possibly do that. I think those are some of the major ones you can do just to eliminate that problem. I think back in the day when it first started, that was more of a major concern, was being viewed as Big Brother and being spied on and being the bad guy. It depends on the relationship that the owners have with workers. What I usually say is, if you're going to worry about that type of response from your drivers, no matter where you go, this technology, whether you're using phones or you're using, you know, hardwired boxes in the vehicles, everybody's going to use some sort of tracking device to find out where you are, what you're doing. So if it's not today, it's going to be someday. So it's just a matter of time you'll be running out of places that you're going to have to hide in terms of companies that are not going to use anything. I've actually had a few. I mean, when you go back and ask them, you know, not only about the payroll, but really just getting an idea of what they're actually doing during the day. And I probably have about 4 or 5 or, you know, 10 I could probably go into if I sat here long enough on companies that have realized, number one, they don't necessarily have to put the GPS in and find out who that guy is to catch that one in particular. They actually start correcting their own behavior without even having to say anything. And overall, when you start looking at how much time that these guys are spending out in the field, the whole thing fixes itself. But the only issues is that you have to stay on top of the data. It doesn't do it itself.